Hello again, my amazing students. This is the big week. This is your project work week. You have the entire week to make your project, to do the thing. Um, so you should do this in the way that makes sense for you. If you're the type of person that just wants to sit down for a block of time for, several hours all together to knock this out, go for it. If you're the type of person who's like, I want to designate 20 minutes per day to work on this so that I can make sure that I give myself kind of a brain break, do what makes sense for you. But you basically have these days, this week, to create your project. And by that I mean your rough draft. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it does need to be a, first draft of your project done by the end of the week. What does that look like? Again, that first draft is going to look completely different for each of you, depending on what project it is that you are making. I just want to remind you guys about the resources that are at your fingertips. If you go to the modules and you look at our Unit 5 module, just a reminder that you have this overview video here that you guys watched last week. And then this is going over the final unit, time management, and what you should be working on each week. Again, this week is all about doing the thing. It's making the project. Here are your list of project choices and options. And next to those, there are some links to different programs online that might help you with any various option you're choosing. These are the project options, again, that I walked through with you guys in our Zoom sessions this past week. I read them out loud. I also went through each one individually, all of the different project options. I talked a little bit more in depth about, what the expectations are for each of those different projects, the type of format you might want to use, etc. I also talked about length. And the expectations there. So if you missed last week's Zoom session, I highly recommend that you go back to the agenda and watch the Zoom session because it did contain important and valuable information for you guys to know. As you guys went through those, remember I did encourage certain topics for people who may struggle with independent work time and being able to stay on track and work more independently or more structured. If you are the type of person who likes more structure, again, I'm going to suggest that either you do a short story, you do a choose your adventure story, or you do the TED Talk option. And the reason that I am encouraging those three options is because we already did a short story and choose your adventure story unit. So that was unit 2. So we've already done both of those options in this class. So it's just your chance to do those exact same options again, but do it in a new way with a new topic with a new twist. The TED Talk option is completely new, but like I said, I have given you a day-by-day, step-by-step instructional walkthrough guide for that option if it's the one that you choose. So that's a really good option as well for those of you that may struggle at times with time management. And again, I've given you some past student examples of these different projects just to get you started and to give you some idea about the expectations for various different projects. Again, like I talked about in our Zoom session last week, the length of each of these and the expectations for each of these projects is going to vary depending on the project option you choose and depending on you as a human being and your work pace and your writing skills and abilities. I am going to be judging and grading you guys on growth and what I think you are capable of producing. So, I want you guys to have fun with this project, and I really hope that you've chosen an option that you get to sink your teeth into and have so much fun doing. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. This week, in our actual weekly agenda, just as you guys can see, you've got those writing days where it's just time to work. In our Zoom sessions, it is going to be like a little bit of a feedback session. So you're going to share some of what you've already started creating. So make sure that if you are period 1 through 4, you've got at least something done to share by the time we meet. And then if you are periods 5 through 8, you should be almost done with your rough draft by the time we meet, so that you will be able to turn in that rough draft by end of day Friday. So I am really excited to see what you guys make. And then, of course, next week is going to be going back and editing and revising and fixing and getting ready to turn in that final draft. So, all right, guys. This is maybe the only real video lesson I'm going to be giving this week, just because you're working, you're writing. There's not much for me to teach you right now. It's just your chance to do your process, your writing process. But if you need me, just email me or come see me during office hours, and I am happy to work with you on an individual basis on your project, to give you feedback, to give you help. Anything you need, just make sure that you just send something my way, and I will be sure to get back to you and help you as much as I possibly can. All right, guys, I love you all. I miss you all, and have a wonderful week this week as you get the opportunity to display your writing ability through a fun project.